And it really is a lovely day for rugby league here at the Knowsley Road ground in St Helens. The St Helens side has been badly devastated by injury. The Kiwis putting in a team which is pretty much of test strength. And the first penalty of the game goes against the New Zealanders, standing up inside the 5, and so the first penalty will be taken by David Tanner for St Helens. A number of rearrangements in the St Helens team. They have a second rower and Roy Haggerty playing in the centres. Play now just 7 metres short of halfway. Taken out by Paul Groves. Number 12 for St Helens is Dave Cosgrove. Shane Cooper, of course, the Kiwi, is the captain. He has the ball right now. Good pass from Cooper. Good start here for St Helens. That is Roy Haggerty, who is normally a second rower, playing in the centres today. Kiwis so far haven't had the ball. Taken out by Forber, and offside again. David Tanner, a left-footed kicker. Dragged it away to the right, so it's no goal. The Kiwis let off the hook in the first couple of minutes. So now the Kiwis should get the ball for the first time in the match here, if Gary Freeman can get it in. Oh, the punch went in from Adrian Shelford. He's in against Stuart Evans. And Evans caused it, according to Ray Tennant, so a penalty to the Kiwis. Now the Kiwis get a look at the ball for the first time. Taken up by James Goulding. Dwayne Mann goes in to play at dummy half. Away to Shelford, looking for Freeman. McGann ranging wide. Freeman has it again. Mann again. Here's Sam Stewart. Good strong run by Stewart. No score in the game so far. Quickly played. Here's Freeman. Across to Kelly Shelford. Looking for Watson. In his debut game for the Kiwis, David Watson. And they're 10 metres out in front of the posts. Mann again to Freeman. Looking for Kelly Shelford. Strong runner. Brought down just 3 or 4 metres short. Last tackle here for the Kiwis. Mann across to Freeman. Little kick. And reclaimed by Phil Beavers for St Helens. In goes Stuart Evans. Good tackling by the Kiwis, driving him back to the original mark. No score in the game, about 5 minutes gone. Here's the kick from Neil Holding. It's a good one too. Darryl Williams, first man there, good tackle. Freeman got it. Looked a bit forward, the crowd didn't like it. The referee, Ray Tennant, was reasonably close to the mark. And offside now against the Saints. By Mallow again. Still no score in the game, about 16 minutes gone. Both sides have had penalty attempts. Long pass by Freeman across to Kelly Shelford. Watson, oh, intercept! Alan Hunt. Alan Hunt scores the first try against the Kiwis, and St Helens lead by 4-0. Well, it was a bad pass by Dave Watson. He really wasn't looking, and Hunt was in there, snaffled in, grabbed it, and there was never much chance that the Kiwis were going to stop him, and he's in under the bar. David Tanner from a very handy position, no trouble at all. And St Helens lead the Kiwis by 6 points to 0. About 17 minutes gone in the first half. Oh, straight through, Roy Haggerty. Good tackle by Gary Freeman, but the Kiwis let him through. This is the man who normally plays in the second row. He's at centre today. Here's Forber. Well held by Hume again. Bailey goes into play at dummy half. Here's a drop kick from Holding. And St Helens score again, the drop goal from Neil Holding. And St Helens lead by 7 points to 0. Cooper again. Another tackle missed. Paul Forber had a good run again. Kiwis starting to miss the odd tackle now. Bailey across to Holding. Oh, Beavers almost got through. The Kiwis have it through Elia. And Faimalu takes it up to the quarter line. And the flag is up on the far side. And I think this will be against Dave Cosgrove. Kelly Shelford, 22 minutes gone, and finally the Kiwis are on the board. Penalty goal kicked by Kelly Shelford, and St Helens lead by 7 points to 2. Neil Holding with the restart. So the Kiwis will be pleased they finally made it onto the board as Darragh Williams runs it up. Good solid run by Williams. Now Mann plays it to Shelford, running straight at Shane Cooper, who held him well till reinforcements arrived on the scene. Mann up to James Goulding. Good run by Goulding. Still going in fact. This is good stuff from James Goulding. Looking for his support. Finally has it too from Shelford. Here's Kevin Hero with room to move. That's when he's dangerous. Hero. And here's Dave Watson. Support again from Shelford. Kelly Shelford. And is he there? I think he is, yes. What a good try for the Kiwis. Kelly Shelford gets the first try of the tour, and what a build-up there was to that too, and it all started from James Goulding, who really thrashed his way up towards halfway. He was able to get the pass away. Kevin Hero was given plenty of room to move, and he made a most incisive run downfield. Then Watson took it towards the post, and the final transfer was made to Shelford, who struggled his way across to score a very good try indeed. And Kelly Shelford has scored all 8 points for the Kiwis, and for the first time in the game they lead, and it's 8 points to 7. Pretty evenly matched so far, these two sides. Sammy Stewart running hard. Oh, big tackle put on Stewart by Andy Bateman. Here's Shelford. Kevin Hero, room to move again. This is where he's dangerous. Hero still struggling. Gary Freeman held just a metre short of the line. Now Mann up to Kelly Shelford. A little kick in, and here's a chance for the Kiwis, and it's been knocked on. Well, it goes to Holding. Doubles round Bailey. Well and truly held those little Neil Holding. Oh, the ball spills loose and the Kiwis have it. Good play by the Kiwis. They ganged up on the little bloke, and he lost it. So now Sam Stewart has it. Oh, here's a good run from Mark Elia. Mark Elia, they won't stop him now. He'll be far too fast. And Mark Elia goes and scores the Kiwis' second try. The crowd didn't reckon he forced it, but Ray Tennant said yes he did. And so the Kiwis have another try. Mark Elia, and he struggled out of a few tackles near halfway, and then a nice sidestep, and once he got into the clear, that was the end of him. And Mark Elia, who had a few seasons here in St Helens where he scored 42 tries in 58 games, goes away to score the Kiwis' second try. Kelly Shelford from a handy position, and no trouble at all. So the Kiwis, after being down 7-0 at one stage, now lead by 14 points to 7, 4 minutes to go till half-time. Fed by Holding, across to Bailey. Here's Beavers. Good play here from St Helens. Haggerty. Good solid tackle put on him though. And that's half-time. And at the break, after 40 minutes, the forward, they lead by 14 points to 7 at the break. Here's Gary Mercer. Very slow to get started, the Kiwis in the game. They were down by 7-0 at one stage. But they started to hit their straps in the last 15 minutes of that first half and scored a couple of tries through Kelly Shelford and Mark Elia. Shelford was able to add 3 goals for the 14 points. Here's a good run from Stewart. Support from Gary Freeman. And the Kiwis have a chance here. And it's Kevin Ero. Forward pass. The forward pass. Ero, in fact, got ahead of Freeman, I think. And the transfer was ruled forward after the initial burst came from Sam Stewart. Freeman was with him. And then he sent a little forward pass to mark to Kevin Ero. Fed by Holding, looking for Bailey. Held by Williams, good assistance from Hugh McGann over the top. And penalty against Hugh McGann. He was deemed to be lying all over the top. I'm not sure that he could really get out of the road. So first blood in the second half goes to St Helens. David Tanner, the penalty goal. And the Kiwis lead by 14 points to 9. Bateman. Here's the kick coming, partially charged. Now they're onside, these blokes. Haggerty. Gets it to Cooper. Away to Large. Well, they were a bit fortunate, St Helens. They're all put onside by that partial charge by the Kiwis. Here's Large again. Good chance here for St Helens. 14 points to 9. The Kiwis lead. Stuart Evans. Well, the big fellow who got the try. This is the former Welsh Rugby Union international. And it was bad defence really by the Kiwis. Evans picked it up and just using his bulk was able to force his way across to score the try, and St Helens right back in the match. This kick should put St Helens back in front of the game, and he struck it beautifully. Man again, now it's Freeman looking for James Golding. Man again. Running strongly from dummy half. Kelly Shelford goes in now. The Kiwis will have to shift it quickly. They want to spin it wide, I think, this time. No, they come the other way. Here's Stewart. Man again. Up to Shelford. Good pass across to Watson. Dave Watson to Kevin Ero. And the Kiwis have a very good try indeed. And my word, that was well worked. And Kevin Ero got the touchdown, but Dave Watson shot through the gap. Have a look here as Watson goes through, and Kevin Ero running onto it, got it down, and that's a very good try indeed. Kelly Shelford attempting to convert the try scored by Ero, and that's a good kick. And the points coming thick and fast in the second half now, and Ero's try converted by Shelford makes it 20 points to 15. Back to Vivas, who's got a powerful punt. Mark Elia well positioned. Runs it straight back. Can't make a lot of progress though, so he'll play it just on the Kiwi side of halfway. Here's Watson. He's certainly been involved in the game. Hasn't always taken the right option as Kelly Shelford charges down the middle. Elia's got plenty of pace, and what a good try. The Kiwis in again after it was set up by Kelly Shelford, finished off by Mark Elia. And another one for the Kiwis makes it 24 points to 15. And the pass in field this time from Watson found Shelford, who was running very strongly indeed. And Elia, once he got into the clear, it was good night, nurse. And another one for the Kiwis. Comfortable lead now for the Kiwis after 18 minutes in the second half, 26 points to 15. Well fielded by Sam Stewart. Brings it up towards the quarter line. Now Man. And a bit of interference being run there by Farmilo, and a penalty goes against the Kiwis. Another penalty attempt for David Tanner, and his goal kicking's been good today, and that reduces the deficit by 2, 26 points to 17. About 80 minutes left in the match. Here's a run from Bailey. Now Mark Bailey is straight through. Beavers. And what a good try for David Tanner. Well, Mark Bailey has been one of the stars of the St Helens side, and he was clean through the gap. He had good support. And the final transfer to David Tanner, and the wing three quarter, he's kicked all the goals, scores between the posts, and the Kiwis now ready on the rack, just 5 points in front with this kick to come. (26-23). Cross to Holding. Jones again, who, oh dear me, James Golding. That was hit high. And he's going to go to the sideline, I think. So the Kiwis are going to have to spend time here with just 12 men. He's got 10 minutes. And that will be the end of the game because there's only about 5 minutes left in the match. Now St Helens, here they come. Big charge from Andy Bateman. They're only 10 metres short of the line. A try now would just about do it for St Helens as Stuart Evans takes it up. The big men have been troublesome for the Kiwis today. Here's Cooper. Here's a chance. Forber. Well, St Helens have been knocking on the door for so long, and finally it was Paul Forber, the veteran over 100 games for St Helens, who got the try that could well win the game. They lead by 27-26. Tries to slip it in the tackle and does so too. Oh, it's loose. And the Kiwis have a penalty. Well, it might be up now to Kelly Shelford to decide this match. St Helens have been penalised within kicking distance, and Kelly Shelford steps forward with time up on the clock. Kelly Shelford having to contend with a tremendous din here. Now he's pushed it away to the right. St Helens have beaten the Kiwis by 27-26. Kelly Shelford could have won it in the last minute, but he couldn't do it. St Helens scoring 4 tries to 3 in a very, very exciting afternoon of rugby league. And they beat the Kiwis by 27-26.
So a disappointing start to the Kiwi tour of Great Britain and France, losing their first match here at St Helens by 27 points to 26. But there is one Kiwi in the ground who was pleased, and that's Shane Cooper. Shane, congratulations. What was your assessment of the Kiwi performance?
I thought they played very well. I thought their forwards took it up exceptionally well. I thought they probably made a few more breaks than what we did, but they just didn't finish off.
We had heard before the match that you were racked with injury, but you really put on a very good show.
Well, believe it or not, we had quite a few injuries, and that wasn't our top side. But, you know, the guys that played for 80 minutes and stuck to the guns, and, you know, we come up with the victory.
Do you think the Kiwis should be too disappointed? Do you think they've got the goods there to go and win the Test series?
Oh, for sure they have. in '85, I remember us losing our first game against Wigan, and they went on to draw the series. You know, I'm quite sure they're quite capable of going on and beating the English. Not to get too disheartened and carry on with the way they're going. I thought they played all right.
What about some of the club games coming up? What are the toughies to look forward to?
Well, obviously Wigan next Sunday is going to be a tough game. You know, they're all going to be pretty tough. You know, Wigan Widnes are going to be the real hard ones.
Okay, Shane, thanks very much. Shane Cooper, the winning captain here in St Helens. So the Kiwis losing by 27 points to 26. The next match on tour is against Castleford on Tuesday. Grant Nisbet for the Wide World of Sport.